YouTube channel today. I played a melody of hits from Alan Parsons Project, the games that people play, and Eye in the Sky. On today, we'll be talking about Alan Parsons Project, what made them awesome, and they took the music to next level. Today's gonna be an exciting talk on Brice's Beats. Today, we'll be talking about the great British rock duo, the Alan Parsons Project. They were a British rock duo formed in London in 1975. They released 11 studio albums. Their musical styles are progressive rock, and progressive pop and art rock. Their biggest hits are I Wouldn't Want You Be Like You, Games People Play, Sirius, Eye in the Sky, Don't Answer Me, Time, and Don't Let It Show. Why are they so next level in the music scene? Because Alan Parsons and Eric Woolfson are music geniuses. Alan Parsons Project are the best ever. Their classic hit Sirius has been used in countless movies. Little did y'all know that Alan Parsons was the sound engineer on the album, including the Beatles' Abbey Road and Let It Be, and Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. He's won 13 Grammys. His first occurred in 2019 for Best Immersive Studio Audio Album, Eye in the Sky, for its 31st anniversary edition. They should be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They are one of my favorite music duos. And another thing about the Alan Parsons Project, which is really cool in my opinion, is they have great lyrics and great big music sound to them. They have a really big music sound to them, and I just love that for some reason. I just do. I don't know why, but I just really like their big music sound, and it's just really, 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 really good. Another thing about the Alan Parsons Project that I want to tell you is, first time I ever really listened to them, actually, it was at my next door neighbor's, Kevin Baumgartner. That one night I was over his house and saying, have you ever heard of the Alan Parsons Project? I don't know what he's talking about. And then I heard the song Sirius. I was like, I've heard that song. I've heard that song in countless movies and all that, because that's one of their very popular instrumental, experimental rock songs. It's really good. And just go check out Alan Parsons Project after this video, because they're a very good 70s experimental art rock group. They're very good. And just very talented, great musicians, man. And the thing about Alan Parsons was, when he formed Alan Parsons Project, he was not just a music producer, he was a music engineer for every song. He was the songwriter of every song. So he was kind of the main honcho of the band. And Eric Woolfson, that did the keyboards for Alan Parsons Project, man, he's such a talented keyboard player. Just phenomenal. And Alan Parsons is a great electric guitar player, probably an underrated and underappreciated in my opinion. Such a really, really, really good group. And another thing about Alan Parsons is I did not know that he engineered the Dark Side of the Moon until, I don't know if it was Kevin Baumgartner that told me. I think it was that I remember we watched a video about Alan Parsons actually engineered Dark Side of the Moon. I didn't know Alan Parsons engineered 2 Beatles albums, Abbey Road and Let It Be, until I was looking up facts you didn't know about Alan Parsons when I was writing down the facts I was going to talk about. And I was like, oh wow, I was surprised that he did 2 big, great Beatles records. And really and truly, Alan Parsons Project should be inducted, which I just said that about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because they have just had a great music, iconic legacy of rock music. So they started in the 70s. They were big in the 70s. They were big in the 80s. They got big in the 90s, and that's when they kind of broke away. And I don't think the Alan Parsons Project is still touring. I may be wrong about that. They may be still or not touring. I'm not for sure about that. But really and truly, Alan Parsons Project is an amazing, amazing group. Check them out. I tell you, look up Sirius. It's great. Eye in the Sky is one of my favorites they do. It's just a really good, great songwriting example, and just a great music sound too, because they had a really unique sound to them. The Alan Parsons Project did a very good sound. Oh, it was amazing. Big music experimental rock sound they had. And the Alan Parsons Project they're an experimental rock group. Now, Are they different experimental rock ways? Are they very different experimental rock ways than Pink Floyd? Oh yes, tremendously yes. They're way different from Pink Floyd. Now I think the Pink Floyd still kind of have the same music genres as Alan Parsons Project does, but they are very different away. The Alan Parsons Project is not. They're different from Pink Floyd in different like experimental rock ways, because they still do experimental rock genres, but Pink Floyd does it their way, and the Alan Parsons Project does it that way. But besides that, the Alan Parsons Project is just as phenomenal and awesome as Pink Floyd. Another thing about Alan Parsons Project is, I mentioned this several weeks ago when I interviewed Bob Mayo, but Bob Mayo was on this audio thing because he's part of this big audio thing, and guess who was on the audio thing was Alan Parsons. Bob Mayo, my music professor, I interviewed several weekends ago on Brice's Beats Music Info YouTube channel, and let me just tell you, that was a great interview. And yeah, I was going to mention Bob Mayo on this one because he actually didn't get to meet Alan Parsons, but he was on the live chat with Bob, the live screen, not the live chat, but kind of like the live discussion on his audio engineering thing that he's a part of, this kind of audio engineering thing for other professors around the thing. But he was on that audio engineering with Bob Mayo, and he was like, "Is that Alan Parsons?" Which he was telling me that true story. But yeah, Alan Parsons, the legendary Mr. Alan Parsons, was on that thing with Bob Mayo, and he got to see him. He didn't get to talk to him, but he just got to see him in action. Another thing about the Alan Parsons Project is just great songs. They have some other good songs that I was going to write down, but I didn't want to write down a whole list like I did last weekend. But besides that, they have another good song called I, Robot. That's a great classic. And the thing about Alan Parsons is they were really good about using heavy use of synthesizers. And I love it to hear a really good synthesizer sound, because that was becoming not a thing in the 50s or 60s, but it was becoming more, actually 60s to not really have synthesizers. It was more like keyboards, but synthesizers became more of a thing in the 70s and 80s. I think it was more common to do it in the 70s, and it got really big in the 80s. But I will say this, Alan Parsons Project, I've been looking forward to discussing them for a pretty good time ever since I started this Brice's Beats Music Info YouTube channel. I've done it for like a whole year, so I haven't done it for 2 years. I started this past August, so I haven't done it for a whole while, but it's been a fun adventure. I've enjoyed it. New thing about Brice's Beats is now I have my own official Facebook page, so now you'll be seeing me post the videos like I've done on YouTube, like I'm still going to be doing, but I'm going to be posting my official Facebook page too, so be on the lookout for that on Facebook. And another thing about Alan Parsons Project is all their songs are top-notch songs, big music sound, great lyrics, great music instrumentation in it, and just really, 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 really good. Another thing is, everything about Alan Parsons Project is what it is. Big, grand level, music level, great big sound. And like I've said in the past, Brice's Beats video, but I'm going to say it again. You could probably take every Alan Parsons Project song and make it and do a music theory lesson on it, which in a couple of weeks from now, I'm still thinking about it, but I'm going to do a Brice's Beats on music theory, which I think that would be really, really interesting. And thanks for tuning in to Brice's Beats today. I've enjoyed the Brice's Beats, the Alan Parsons Project edition. I've been looking forward to doing this for a while, so I know y'all, I don't know if you see, but I'm wearing the Pizza Planet shirt. I'm going to see Toy Story 5 matinee showing this afternoon. I'll be looking forward to that. But no, after that, when I come back, I'm going over to Kevin Baumgartner's. I'll be looking forward to that. Hope y'all have a blessed weekend. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in every Saturday to Brice's Beats. I've enjoyed it since I started last August, and I think I'll be keeping doing it for the next several years from now. I've enjoyed it. So next weekend, we're going to be talking about next weekend on Brice's Beats. Well, we're going to be talking about a great, what are we going to be talking about? Next weekend, we're going to be talking about a great guitar player. And he does not sing. He's an instrumentalist. We are going to be talking about, let me see what kind of guitar. Well, let me think here. Guitar player. So next weekend, we are going to be talking about the great guitar player, Mr. Chet Atkins next weekend on Brice's Beats. I'll be looking forward to doing that Brice's Beat too. So don't forget to tune in this upcoming next Saturday. Chet Atkins, Brice's Beats, which that will be on the 4th of July too. So I'm going to be looking forward to that too. So thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for tuning in every Saturday. Don't forget, this coming next weekend on 4th of July Saturday, we'll be talking about Mr. Chet Atkins. So love y'all. Hope y'all have had a great start to the weekend. I know I have. See y'all next week. Thank y'all. See y'all. Bye.